Oh, here we go. Alright, can you hear me now? Can anybody hear? Somebody said the sound was off. I'm having boomer problems. Don't worry, it's fixed now, guys. I guess I'll now have to sort that out again then. Right. God damn it. OBS just does things. Oh yeah, I know what happened. I reset my sound settings ages ago to fix my soundboard. So anyway, we'll have to go through all that again. Fuck's sake. Okay. On the 1, and the 2, and the 3. Okay. Quick recap, guys, for those of you who didn't hear what I said. This is based Abbo. He is a liberal, classical liberal, and he has been in Shoe0nhead's Discord, or some other Discord that she's in, and he's decided to expose her. Hence why the stream is called the Shoe0nhead leaks. God damn it, I can't believe I had a boomer moment. I really should have checked all the stuff, but it doesn't matter. He makes a first mistake, although all this is kind of slightly accurate, in calling it the skeptic crowd going to the left and things like that. No, there is no skeptic crowd, never existed. You all know my opinion on that. He then says that people were assuming that Greg left Shoe because she was getting more radical, when of course we know that's not the case. It was personal stuff between the two of them, blah 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 blah. Personal crap. Done. Okay. And then he mentions that her fans think that because she's lying, that's based, or she's lying to them, that's still based if true. But as I mentioned, that's his second mistake that you wouldn't have heard. The mistake is assuming that they're not in on it. They are in on it. In fact, some of these people may well have convinced her to go that side. And I often wonder if she initially did this just for the attention, because BreadTube was growing between 2017 and 2019, and she thought, well, maybe I can salvage more of a career if I jump onto that bandwagon and continue the political thing, because she was always, a Bernie bro and things like that, and then slowly but surely got convinced to become a radical communist. But there's that. Would these people say the same thing if it was exposed that Blair White was a fash and only called herself a conservative for PR reasons? Nope, indeed, he is correct. If Shoe0nhead did that, if Lauren Southern did that, I've heard things about her anyway. Yeah, people would not like that. They would be criticising her. They wouldn't even be giving her a moment's rest of respite or pity or empathy, because what he's calling out is that people give Shoe a lot of leeway, which she doesn't deserve. And some people who watched the last episode of all time of Spurgonomics will know that I told Dev to his face, kind of, that Shoe0nhead is literally a radical communist and she's far gone and we're never going to bring her around to any sane ideas ever again. We're not. We're just not, okay? And he says, no, she's not that bad, she's still a moderate, it's fine, don't worry about it. And he said the same thing about Chris Reagan too, I think, if I remember correctly. And lo and behold, within the past week, or however long it was, I think it was 2 weeks since then, I've only been proven correct. And all this stuff proves this, because now, here's her giving instructions on how to electrocute cops, he says. And these are the shields that I think the cops use, is it? Or something like that. I think the cops use these, or Antifa use them. And then she says, I saw that. Apparently if you hit them with salt water, the shields will electrocute them, so don't do that. Taking notes on what not to do. Now, I'm not going to see much into this, because it's a bit out of context. I need to see more. They could be memeing. She might not want to electrocute cops. But considering the trajectory that she's going down, I would say that, yeah, she's probably going to be saying, kill cops or something eventually. We all know it's going to happen. Oh, hello, Merc. Thank you. Oh, and here's a little off the top of being effing awesome. Thank you. $10. I'll take that. Sorry, guys, for the boomer moment. I assume you can now hear me. I'm just going to listen to myself. Be memeing. Yeah, you can hear me. That's good. Louder? I'm about as loud as I can be, guys. Right, hang on. Let me go to my sound settings. I think I'm pretty loud there, but I've got my headphones up pretty loud, so there is that. Hang on. God, it's gone all the way down to 50%. That shouldn't happen. That's Discord, that, I think. Let me just sort Discord out. Sorry about that. It does this thing where it tries to control your thing when it shouldn't. It's so dumb. Yeah, we don't need noise reduction here. Automatic gain control can turn off. There we are, because I was talking to people on Discord, that's why. Anyway, that's sorted. And then he talks about, well, we're now catching up to where I left off. So he then goes on about simping for snakes, i.e. Vosh. This is a Mott and Bailey partnership in order to sucker you in to be radicalised. Now, this is obviously, I don't know if Vosh believes this. I'm not sure. He probably would like it to exist. But whether or not he actually agrees with this, I don't know. But it is a bit worrying that one person said that I'm glad I became radicalised as opposed to an enlightened centrist, as if being a centrist is bad. It's not. I'd rather the whole world be centrist than communist or fascist, to be honest. And then there's this thing, and I didn't know what this was, but it turns out it's some kind of weird graph about how left or right wing you are. It doesn't make sense. I don't even know. But apparently she used to be like this in 2016. Or her fans, I don't know. But now they're all like that. So they've shifted. Where it used to be more, I don't know. I'm not good at reading those kind of graphs. Shoe exposing me to Vosh turned me to Marxist, Lamau, stay mad. You and thousands. I don't know about. I mean, thousands is not as bad as hundreds of thousands or millions or even tens of thousands. Tens of thousands would be worrying, to be honest. I'd rather it stay at 1,000 than any more than that, base Dabo. Would any of you in the comments feel the same way if it were Blair White? Obviously, he said that before. We know that. This is your based rational queen, and this is him just repeating the same stuff about her being rational and centrist on the surface, but then not. I wish there was more juicy stuff here in the moment, but don't worry, there's more. Yeah, and they're defending that because that's what they believe. As I said in the last video, there are people who think that so-called centrists like Keir Starmer are gateways into further left activism and policies. And he is. And in fact, he's not even a centrist, let's be honest, he's not. The mask has slipped a fair few times with him, but people just refuse to see it. People have their own ideas about reality, and whether it reflects it or not, they don't care. They already knew she was a crypto socialist and tricking her fan base into a far left pipeline, and they think it's based. But this is like a cult. This is what cults do. This is what Scientology does. This is what the Brian Jonestown. That's what Brian Jones did. They give, or Shamrikyo to be even more extreme. They show you the hippy-dippy, lovey-dovey side, the moderate side, that you can get down and say, yeah, I agree with that. That's interesting. Sign me up. Then once you get in there, one, they make it very hard for you to come out, but then they slowly but surely reveal themselves to you. You see more and more of the ideology, and by then you're already softened up anyway, so by then you're pretty radicalised. And that's exactly what they're doing. That's what he's describing. It's a cult. This is a cult. It's a YouTube, Discord, communist cult, essentially, that Shoe0nhead has somehow become the leader of. In fact, Nazism kind of, I don't know if Nazism necessarily worked like that, but Nazism, yeah, I think even Hitler he wasn't initially a member. He was the 50th, 100th member, something like that. Even he got suckered into that. People forget, but he was already, I guess, primed and ready anyway. But again, he probably would have been introduced to the friendly surface and then got into it more and more. The problem is, that's his opinions. We're going to move up to other stuff here. Okay, but if he was in that server, he has way worse shit than this. She seems worried. She's worried. She now knows that Base Dabo's onto her. This is Shoe0nhead's mum using her Twitter. She was unfortunately... Oh, for God's sake, Shoe. It was a joke and a meme, was it, Shoe? A joke and a meme. Right, okay. And this is Nuance Bro, who's not a friend of the channel. I don't know him, but he's friends of a friend. And he says, so your actual beliefs are further left than SocDems, but you believe SocDem society's most achievable bit. Once the country becomes SocDem, you will then be pushing to DemSoc. Then once it's DemSoc, even further until it's completely destroyed. That's always been the end game, Nuance Bro. That's always been what it's... That's literally it. That's what they want to do. Because every other way they tried to do it has either failed, or it's left the country having to be rebuilt. Like, for example, Russia. That was not a democratically elected communist party. It was in the middle of a war, in the middle of a revolution, then a civil war. And then after that, World War II happened. So they're trying to go around the Hitler route of getting elected. And that's what it is. It's a slow burn. It's boiling the pot slowly. And he keeps posting the same stuff, though. I honestly, I would prefer if there was a bit more juicy stuff here, Base Sabo. You better give me more good stuff. But he does raise an interesting point. How does Shoe still have right-wing fans? Are they just masochists who like to be stepped all over? No, they're copes. They're copes. That's what they are. And apparently she calls them rightoids, as in like femoids. So she's laughing at them and mocking them and thinks low of them. But they're not masochists. They're coping, and they think it's the same person that they followed way back in 2014. But it's not the same person. It's a different person. It's a different Shoe. Because Shoe always changes with the times and with the people she hangs out with. If you've seen Brittany Venti's videos on her, you'll know that. Or the stream with one of her exes. That's pretty damning of her, and it says a lot about her personality. Shoe saying she's eventually going to become... Well, she is one. What would be the final evolution of Shoe be? This is probably just a little bit memey. Probably just a Mac-hit one. Come on, we all know that you're not a Mac. Come on. She'd go Ancom in a Mad Max world. You're in luck, wrong. We will be there when you lot get in power. Apparently this is some weird shit. A new kink. Seduce liberal male feminists like hardcore I respect women. Hillary 2016 guys. Force them to call me misogynistic names in... Oh god, that's a... Ugh. Ugh. Well, she was always a bit weird like that, wasn't she? Shoe avoiding her own Discord server because she's scared of someone with a different opinion being there. SFO is in my Discord server. It makes me not want to fucking go there. I feel so bad for all of them. But like, this dude's getting so weird. He's just sitting in my Discord server that you have to pay for. You have to pay to get into a Discord? Good socialist, aren't you? Anybody can join my Discord for free. I am dreading talking to him again. I need to tell my mods to kick him or something. Or I'll do it myself. I don't know. I miss them, but I also want to... Now, according to Dev, they've sorted this out personally between them in private. So this was obviously before all of this was sorted out. She refuses to comment because she thinks Vosh is hot. Oh my god. A lot of this is just cringe. I'm looking for more political stuff. Yeah, you've mentioned that several times. Shoe says Sargon saying he was side with the right over the SJWs. Fuck her up. You should own Sargon about actually becoming... She is one. LMFAO, I think he's genuinely concerned. That's the weirdest part. Like, I don't think he's not concerned at all. At least he wasn't when I last talked to him. In fact, he's been one of the ones who's been telling me, oh, she's not that bad, she's not that bad. She's fine, don't worry about it. Mitch, you're just overreacting. When I wasn't. I don't know why he did this, though. I've been watching him... Oh, come on, he's not changed. He's barely changed at all. If anything, he's just discovered what he really is. Like, once he said he was signed with the alt-right over... He never... When did he ever say that? When did he ever say that? I don't think he ever said that. That's not true, Shoe, and you know it. That's a lie. And let's see what else there is. Guys, look what... Oh, Jesus Christ, that's cringe. I swear to God, all he has is this one, though. Come on. Yeah, whatever. Why the fuck do we know... And what is this? Us versus them. Why the fuck do we know like everything about them, but they know nothing about us? Why the fuck do we use all their correct labels? This one's a libertarian. This one's... You don't do that. You're not libs. You're socialists. Or commies. Oh, well, technically socialists and commies. Originally, anyway, they were synonyms. When we call you that, we're being accurate, because that's exactly what you're calling for. That's what you're pushing for. Bernie is not a democratic socialist. He is a communist. That's why in the 80s, he went to holiday in USSR and praised the bread lines. We're being accurate. Oh, look, there's the rightoid thing. Leftist guns, pick one. She's angry. She's angry at being accurately described as one. Yeah, why has Vosh got this weird, like, cult of personality around him? The man has no personality to speak of. No good looks. But that's me talking. I'm not particularly good looking. Oh yeah, she thinks conservatives are sociopaths. Yeah, she's part of the same group of people who will laugh about the Holodomor or even deny it ever happened and will simp for China. You know, they will defend their actions. They will defend the crackdown on Hong Kong and the stuff going on with the Uyghurs, you know. She thinks Ashley Coffin would be useful. Ashley Coffin's in there already. She's fucking hilarious. I love my owners would love her. I'm just not sure what we would do. Help the You got to remember, a lot of this is kind of memey language, so whether or not they actually do think this is a thing, I don't know. I think this is a little bit memey, but I think they're kind of telling the truth. Last but not least, Shoe0nhead is a socialist and implies sock. Yeah, we know, you said that earlier. Oh, wait, is this a different one? Why are you still so hesitant to call yourself a socialist besides the PR thing? She said it's because she does not think it could happen in the US. That's so lame, though. I just don't want to laugh at something I don't understand. How do you not understand? Why are you on? What? How? How can you... I've read Hayek. I've read bits of Locke. I've read Hume. I've read loads of stuff. I've watched videos on things. I've read around the stuff that I believe in. But she can't even read Conquest of Bread or Imperialism by J.A. Hobson or any of these other texts. Like the Manifesto, we can read that in an hour. Like the Communist Manifesto, I mean. And she's not read enough. She doesn't understand it. Then why is she one? Maybe there is some truth to her being retarded and doesn't know what she believes. But it's not going to happen. We should get the... Yeah, but the Nordic countries are actually in many ways more capitalist than America. Especially when it comes to... Well, in Sweden, it depends which country, but Sweden doesn't have a minimum wage. America does. What else? The healthcare is not socialised in those countries. They don't have single-payer healthcare. I mean, it depends where they are. They have a welfare state, a bigger one, but they don't... There's a lot of things they don't have as well. So really, you would be making America more capitalist, not less, especially as a lot of these Nordic countries are adopting ever more free market models because they've realised that full mixed economy doesn't work. Or even in the 80s when they almost went full socialist, it didn't work. And if we get to the point where the Nordic countries are then, would you be no, you wouldn't be one. You wouldn't even be a sock dem, technically speaking, as the Danish Prime Minister had to tell Bernie repeatedly. No, I think Shoe0nhead must be messing with this guy. You're socialist? No, I'm a sock dem, remember? So yeah, maybe she does know what she is, but she doesn't seem to understand what she thinks. Which is very interesting. Anyway, let's move on. We've done enough of this. Anyway, actually, let's go to the chat first. Let's see what people are are saying. I'm not quiet now, you can hear me. Let's have a look. I can't keep up with the chat. There's too many of you. Crap. Oh, hello, Nick. I don't know if she's insane. I don't know. Borderlocks just opened an OnlyFans account. Low tier, why? I still can't believe socialists tried to keep the term. Well, it's a Mott and Bailey. They do that on purpose. I'll be editing this video, this live stream anyway. I'm not overreacting, Lib. Come on, she literally just said, I don't know if you missed it, Lib Raven, but she said, she does it, she can enact the revolution, so, I don't know. Oh, I remember when Wizard of Oz lost it. Ignore him. No, Bernie is a communist. Again, Lib Raven. He went to the Soviet Union, he praised how they ran things there. That is not a democratic socialist, that is a communist. Oh dear. Sam, I've had enough of Sam now. Sam, you are no longer a mod forever. I'm sick of you doing that. I am sick of you doing that to people. And now I've just lost the chat. Brilliant. Hang on. Let me just find you guys. Sorry about that. If Sam keeps doing... Sam, you're no longer going to be a mod anymore. You keep timing people out for no reason. And in fact, Zeppy can replace you. Because he's going to be somebody who's going to be much more responsible, shall we say. I'm sick of people doing that. My mods will not abuse their power. I'll check my Discord soon, but I'm really busy right now, Merc. I'm gonna social. F for Sam. Hey, he's not being banned, he's just being fired. That's all. What do I think a democratic socialist is? Matt says advocate of socialism on the road to communism. That's exactly what Bernie wants, though. Just because he isn't open about it when he's trying to be the democratic leader doesn't mean that's not what he wants. Again, why would he praise the USSR and go holiday there? Libravin, think about it. Think about it. Anyway, let's move on. We must move on. Alright, there must be some more juicy political stuff than this, Base Dabo. Because I saw this, I saw some of the things, I'm like, oh my god, I need to stream about this. Right, but so far it's kind of been a slight damp squib in a way. But anyway, we're going to move on. Yep, we saw that one. How she resents her audience, you. Oh, here we are. My fan base is so divided nowadays, it's bad. I'm growing to resent some of them though, which is even worse. Like, you should not feel mad at your fans for their opinions. Some of these motherfuckers in my mentions, their politics began and ended in 2016. I want to grab them and shake them, but then hug them and kiss them because I love them and care about. You don't care about these people, otherwise you wouldn't resent them. And you wouldn't call them motherfuckers and say that their politics began and ended in 2016. No, actually. A lot of the newer fans may be like that, but the older fans were with you since 2014. They're the ones that you resent. The ones that didn't follow you down the rabbit hole, so to speak, Shoe0nhead. That's very interesting, that because I've always wondered, like, she's got a million subs, right? About 1.5 million, possibly. So it has to be divided. It must be. How many people are actually watching her from the old days? Because I don't watch her anymore. I'm not even sub to her. I don't want to subject myself to that. And she's not saying she's eventually going to become one. She is one. Let's not beat around the bush. You can't just say, oh, she's hiding a power level, then say she's going to eventually become one. Abbo, you're not doing this right. And they're also out of context. It's impossible to tell when she's joking and when she isn't. This is another big criticism of Abbo. He needs to put context in there more. Because there's no point leaking this shit if I can't tell when the meme begins and when it ends. But that definitely seems like a honest moment from her, for sure. And what do these fans think who still watch her, who are like sad, who are divided and arguing with the new fans, if she has any? Like, God, what must it be like? Like, wow. That's really interesting. More mild Discord leaks. Yeah, you're not giving me the juicy shit, man. And again, it's out of context. I don't know why she's saying the things she's saying. YP, yup. Honestly, I don't see how you can live in current year and not have moved left. Well, I can't believe you moved. I personally am the opposite. I don't understand why you... Whatever. I remember years ago hearing people like, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. And I would cringe. But now I'm like, true. Why isn't everyone as angry and miserable as I am? Well, we're angry. We're certainly miserable. But we're not in the same way as you. I swear, like, even though I'm angry and I can be pretty miserable about the state of the world, I guess it's... I'm not in a general malaise like a lot of these people are. Like a lot of people like Shoe0nhead, they just seem to be depressed all the time. And it has to be the ideology and the cult they're in, where it demands the utmost perfection in everything. Well, not everything. I can totally see why she's angry and miserable. But she's sacrificed her view of reality in favour of this. And I don't understand any rational reason for it. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Are you still doing the video about the commie drama? Apparently she's doing some stuff about commie drama. Admit you're a socialist. Again, look, they're trying to tell her to be honest with people, and she can't be honest with us. End it by admitting you're a socialist, and if you don't like it, tell them to blow it out their ass. I wish, but I want to be nice. Yeah, but you're not nice behind our backs, are you? So what? Just come out and say it. Oh, and this is a load of bullshit. I'll tell you why in a bit. I like having conservative friends, again, conservative. She doesn't just. Not all people who are right wing are conservative. The libertarian, who aren't, a lot of them aren't conservative. A lot of them are actually, I guess you'll call them philosophical hedonists or just normal. You know, they're neither. They're not traditionalist. They're not conservative. They like their economics to be free market, and socially they don't care as long as you don't, NAP, I guess. Like, it's just because this is all American. It's Americanisms, I guess. But it's getting hard, apparently. I wonder why it's getting hard. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be in an echo chamber, but also, I get migraines every day from the dumb shit I see being said by these people. Was that, again, this is bullshit because she doesn't like having them as friends. She's not liked them as friends for a long time now. Remember, this is a person who publicly tried to unfriend Lauren Southern because of the shit she was getting involved with at the time. Even though she probably was never as radical as she thinks she was. She still publicly, rather than just, as most normal people do, just quietly not talk to this person until they become so distant they're no longer friends, but not through any fallout or anything like that. Like adults, the mature way you handle these things, you just don't talk to the person, and then time and whatever takes its toll on the relationship, and it just ends. She couldn't do that. She couldn't just not talk to her and just distance herself that way like normal people. No, she had to she had to make a big public hoo-ha out of it and announce via a statement that she can no longer be friends with Lauren. This is a lie. She doesn't, and we all know that. Because I don't forget these things. And we've already seen that one, and we've seen that one. We've seen that one. I'll share the thread for you. There you go. I just saw a screenshot proving you like good things and dislike bad things. Oh, come on, Vosh. You know damn well it's not like that. He's trying to get... He did eventually get not Carl to talk about it. And I think Carl's been convinced now as well. Yeah, we've seen all this stuff. We've seen all that. We've seen all that. We've seen all that. Is there anything else? Seen all that. Seen that. Based. Muted. Don't do that, Abbo. You're going to make yourself look as bad as them. Nice one from Easy Peasy, though. Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. But that's the thing. She's living a lie. Or at least is projecting to be something that she's not. I don't think... Living a lie is not the way I would describe it. It's a disguise. She's living in a disguise. And part of the disguise is to make you more appealing to the other side. Because she thinks you can basically get normies overwhelmingly to support you if you do that kind of thing. But you never do. That's not how it works. That's not how changing society has ever worked. You become 10% of the population, and you move the Overton window, you move the culture, and the normies will follow you anyway because that's just what they do. And she thinks she can. What she's really trying to get is like the social liberals, people like that who are a bit on the fence about this. That's who she's trying to get. It's kind of like how the communists and the Nazis would compete for the same people. They wouldn't compete for normies. They would compete for those particular types of persons that are in some way susceptible to revolutionary groups. So, for example, the down and out middle class people who had degrees but couldn't get jobs and things like that. Intelligent people. And as we know about a lot of intelligent people, they can be quite stupid because, I guess their mind has been trained to think about certain things. It's the whole old saying, you could only say such things if you went to college, or only think certain things because you went to college. It's like that. They're the types of people that she's competing with the alt-right, or at least us, the non-alt-right, the normal people. That's who she's competing with. I'm going to have a look at the chat, see what you guys are up to. Alright, where did I leave off? Where was it? There it is. Saved you money for the PS. Get a PC, Richard. Get a PC. Daddy Mitch laying down the rules. Sam has been warned. I did not break the rules. What did Zeppy... Wait, what did Zeppy say, though? How did Zeppy break the rules? What did he break? What rules did he break? This is a free speech zone, remember? Unless he's doxing or whatever, which Zeppy doesn't do. I know Zeppy, he's a friend of mine. Well, they're not exclusive. Yeah, I know, a couple minutes no audio. Thank you. I'm sure her cuties video was good. Anybody who has a kind of a brain, with two brain cells rubbed together, would make a decent video on cuties. Unless you're that other guy who was like creepy. I still think that was a troll. There's no way he was legit on that. Only one stream of hers, 2 years ago. Wow. I used to watch her nearly every week. She's not quite Jenny McDermott, Jolie. Not quite Jenny McDermott. She's not gone completely and utterly insane. Although, since Jenny McDermott had a kid, she's calmed down remarkably. Like, you'd think she'd get worse, but no. She's gotten better, last I checked. If you don't say, "Yas, slay queen," to everything she does, it's just a, "Yas, shoe, slay." Depression check. Sailor Mercury is based. That's why you see Sailor everywhere. I have family that is the exact same way. All they do is reading depressing books and watching depressing films and get mad at people not being as depressed. It's not even that. Like, I used to listen to Joy Division a lot, right? And Early New Order a lot as well. That's some depressing stuff. Because Joy Division's second album is a man who's literally at the lowest. Well, actually, he hadn't hit the lowest, because once he hit the lowest, he killed himself, the singer, anyway. But that's a band that was making some pretty depressing stuff. And the lyrics reflected that. And then the singer killed himself, then the band released another album, which is them grieving. And that's probably even more depressing than Closer is. It's called Movement, by the way. If you watch Anthony Fantano, he wears the t-shirt version of that album. And I also read The Strange Death of Europe. That was depressing, but I didn't get depressed. But in the end, I wasn't depressed for weeks on end. I was just like, yeah, I'll read another book. Funnily enough, it was I tried to read The Road to Somewhere, and that was just not the best thing to read after that. Not that it's a depressing book, it's not. But the way that Douglas Murray writes that book is just oh my god, it's tough. If he had to, he would. Well, I think it's wrong. If that's true, that's how I'm going to say that. He's wrong. Carl, fight me. None of these extremists would be... See, that's the mistake that Papen made and Hindenburg made with Hitler. They thought, oh, if we side with this guy, we can get rid of the commies, we can maybe bring back the monarchy, things like that. No, she's not 30 yet, Joz and Lauren. She is 28, 29. She's about 2 years older than me, 3 years older. So she's 29. I called you a dumbass on about 3 different platforms. Only then did your sound return. How dare you? How dare you? Hang on, where's my soundboard? I need my soundboard because the chat is beginning to get spicy. British Knight, how dare you? Thank you for the £5, by the way. Radiohead is more yeah, Radiohead is depressing, but like it's fake depression. That's the thing. They're a fake depression. The Smiths aren't depressing. The Smiths are mopey, Richard. Morrissey is not depressed. He's just woe is me. Oh, that's what he's like. The most depressing thing I ever read was unironically a hentai manga. Well, Zeppy, imagine my shock. It's called Metamorphosis. Is that based on Kafka by any chance? Anyway, where's my... How dare you? There it is.
How dare you?
Also, you deserve a bonk for that, British Knight. How dare you, Callum? There you go. Laying down the law. Oh, and Zeppy, no horny allowed. There you go. Old gators. Yeah, we are old, aren't we? Can you believe, like, when I started this, I was 21, 22. Now I'm nearly 27. and then rapidly approaching 30. It's mental, and we're all getting old, and nothing's changing. Nothing is well, I did always say it would take us 30 years, didn't I? But it's mental how little has changed. Really, that's there's been a few small battles here and there, but by and large, and that's it. Really, I think that's all the leaks. Unless he's done anything else. I hope Based Abo is watching. It'd be nice to nice for him to be in the chat, but I don't know. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Unfortunately, guys. So I'll just take questions from the chat before I go, because I wasn't intending to stream that long anyway. I have things I need to do. So let's have a look. Yes, Fox, you heard a bonk. Frank has no relation to Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis. Ah, okay. Well, things will get worse, Odin. This is how all things work. Things get worse, then they get better. And then they get worse. And then they get better. Maybe they might get better. That'll be a golden age, but we're not in a golden age. Oh, who went to horny jail? Zeppy went to horny jail for mentioning a hentai. Shoe hasn't lost her mind, Zio. She hasn't lost her mind. Maybe, I mean, can you say that? I mean, maybe she lost her mind if you consider willingly losing a grip on reality, but I don't know. Lilith is commie, Richard. Man, have I got things to say about Lilith. Fucking love it, but I'm not going to say it because everybody will hate me if I say it. Well, I did just say she was, but she's, people call her a left libertarian, and that's just another way of saying commie. Although not all left libertarians are commies, but a lot of them are. Hello, Tim. You missed. There was a few minutes of silence that I will edit out when this is processed. So, she has found a new religion. I guess it's more of a cult than a religion at this point. I think Lilith is mostly awful takes. At this point, not many great takes, and the great takes that you would see are like stuff that somebody's already said anyway. Like, so they're not really great. Fuck Europhiles. Say it. I got beef too. Are you sure you want me to say? Okay, fine, right. I disagree with her on the trans question. I don't think kids should be in any way transitioning. They should wait till they're adults. Because if we do that, there'll be people who are transitioning who shouldn't be transitioning at all. Because the way that we do it right now is we don't actually put them through the therapy that would be required, the rigorous testing that the Hippocratic Oath requires in order for us to determine whether these people will grow out of it or not. Of course, libertarians are already libertarian. That goes without saying. But anyway, thank you, Libraven. But there's that. Then there was the biggest one was obviously the whole cracker comment that she made. Horny jails, the internet's Arkham. Shit, I sent Zeppy to Arkham. But anyway, it's a leftist take she does constantly, and then people just excuse it. And then there was the cracker comment that she made. It's that guy, because she was arguing about George Floyd and all that, wasn't she? Right? She was arguing about that with this guy, and all he said was, and this is true, he died of a fentanyl overdose or drug overdose, whatever he said. And then she calls him a cracker. Like, that does not appear out of nowhere. You don't just say that in that kind of debate randomly because you got so bloody angry. Like, oh, sorry, I just lost my temper and I called this guy a cracker. Like, no way. No way. I'll tell you where that comes from. She thinks that only a person who is white could say such things about that, right? When there's loads of black people, loads of Hispanics, stuff who say the exact same thing as that guy said. In fact, she doesn't even know what race the guy is, but she's assuming he's white. And she's calling him a racial epithet. And then people, yeah, obviously there were not, the rank and file people, like, normal Twitter users were. Zephyr, I just went, you want to know what the Shoe0nhead leaks are? You'll have to watch it near the end. You have to rewatch it. Because I went through them. There wasn't a lot of them. It's just her essentially hiding her power level in public. And in private, she's well, you know, a commie, basically. That's what it is. But go watch it. I go through him. Yeah, she goes racist to defend Floyd and attack the police because she's retarded. But I was really annoyed that people were saying, oh no, I'm willing to let it slide because it's Lilith. And she might, oh, you know, and like, no. Because if I said that, if Blair White said something like that, to quote Abbo, to paraphrase him, nobody would let that go. If Sargon said it, nobody would let it go. But for some reason, because it's Lilith, apparently it's okay. No, that's not okay. And I don't believe her when she says she was just angry. I just don't. It's been months. Are you still that emotionally charged? I just don't. No, I just don't. No, that's just my gripe. She's just terrible. She apologised for the comment that she made to that guy, but I don't think it was sincere. But she still believes the stuff about all that. I assume she didn't say that I was wrong about the information. She said I was sorry that I got caught saying this word. You know, wig on head. Bloody hell. But that's danger. Bloody hell. Wig on head. I'm gonna dole out some wrenches to some people. Have a wrench, Libraven. Who else can have a wrench here, I wonder? Who wants a wrench? Have a wrench, Lauren. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. British Knight, you can have a wrench. Oh wait, you have one. I'm not gonna remove it. Don't worry. Sailor Mercury, you've been around a long time. Joz, you get a wrench. Now I'm not gonna be that type of person that gives everybody a wrench, obviously. But who else can have a wrench? I wonder. Taco, we've known each other for a while. You get a wrench. And that's it. You get a wrench. Since you asked so nicely, Akuda, you can have one. Wait, are you Makuta Pterodax by any chance? I think that might be you. It's not going to show up straight away, guys. At least it doesn't for me. Zeppy, how are you not a mod? How did I not make you a mod? Hang on a sec. Merc, you can only have one wrench. I'd have to take it off and then give it you back. Red Shoe 7's proxy says Red Shoe is more lucrative and gets pushed by. Yeah, it does. Exactly. What's a guy with 1 million to do? Not be principled, I guess. I've run out of wrenches, I'm afraid, guys. maybe in a couple of months when you've earned the right. Vosh called himself left libertarian. Yeah, he's not. He's not. If you want an idea of what a left libertarian is, it's like a mutualist, or certain types of individualist anarchists can be a bit left, but they can also be a bit right. Mutualists, although mutualists are quite difficult people, but they're not as bad as commies. Who else is an example of a left libertarian? Jim Jesus knows more than I do. He has a whole video on it. I'm trying to think of other Georgists, technically speaking, could be considered libertarian. There's others, but I forgot what they were called. But not Vosh. Vosh is a tanky. He's a Stalinist. He's not a libertarian. I scratch it for more wrenches. Robert, if you're working, you wouldn't want a wrench right now. But yeah, that's it. I can't think of anything else to say. So that's everything. Everybody can hear me now. Yes, I am a deformed frog. I'm now a deformed frog, guys, in case you don't know. yeah, Akuda, it doesn't exist, but whatever. Yeah, some of them will. I mean, to be fair, at least Orwell didn't, but he wasn't a libertarian. So, in fact, libertarianism didn't exist when Orwell was alive. So there's that. That's insulting to flat earthers. Well, Tim Pool does not count as one. No. Oh, Lib Raven, how did you not get it? There you go. There you go. You have it now. I'm trying to think. There's mutualists, individualist anarchists. There's I'm trying to think of other. Why are some people not getting their wrenches? It's not doing it. It should do it. But anyway, you should have it now. I was being sarcastic, Lib. But anyway, I'm trying to think of other like left libertarian. Like, hang on. Types. I'm gonna look this up now before I go. Types of left libertarians. Let's have a look. We have, oh yeah, mutualists, obviously. Oh yeah, left anarchist, market. Wait, what do they call it again? For left market libertarians, is it? Yeah, forgot about them. Oh yeah, agorist. Well, not all agorists are left wing though. No, if you want to know what agorism is, guys, it's basically counter economics. So it's like steal stuff to own the state, things like that. Pirate your favourite DVDs and things like that. What else? There's also, yes, there's mutualists, left market libertarians. There's others others as well. No, the Fabians were definitely not fucking libertarians. I can tell you that for a fact. Wikipedia. Yeah, a lot of them are obviously they're all anarchists. I'm trying to think. There's other. Oh, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, Georgists, obviously. Yeah, certain green elements in the left are libertarian, technically speaking. And then we have Lysander Spooner, really? Wait, what? Lockean? That's not left. What do I know? I'd have to look at this more. Oh yeah, and then there's obviously the Venus Project type guys. They're technically libertarians. Almost forgot about them. Why wouldn't Simpiel count? Because he's not left wing anymore. That's why he's like dead center or slightly right. Libertarian Munipolis. Is that? I can't tell if that was meant to be fake Latin or not. Steal to own the state. Exactly. Yeah. Give wrench, you motherfuckers. Anarcho-syndicalists? No, they're not actually. They're not actually libertarian, as far as I'm aware. They're just anarchists. Ancoms or fascists, because fascism came out of syndicalism. I don't know if it was necessarily the anarchist part of it. All these DMs. I'm just gonna go lol. Type LOL. But anyway, that's everything that I've got. Ended up these leaks ended up being a damp squib. Really, I'm really disappointed. Unless Abo's gonna do more stuff, then that'll be very nice. He does need to learn that there was no such thing as the skeptics, so just get rid of that entirely. Like just don't bother with that word anymore. You're doing God's work, highlighting some interesting stuff, but it's ultimately it was probably not much really. I assume he has a lot more, but I don't know. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, that's everything for today, guys. Reason Vision, you'll have to watch the rest of the stream. Anyway, so until next time, guys, I'll see you all later. Goodbye.